This is incredible. Look at all of you. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Wow. My friends, it's a new day. It's a new day. Before I go any further, I want to acknowledge that we are gathered here to live, to play, to work on the traditional lands of the Coast Salish people, the Musqueam, the Squamish, and the Tsleil-Waututh. To Burnaby South. Thank you. To Burnaby South, thank you for trusting me to be your Member of Parliament. Thank you. I want to promise you something. I will be your champion. I will be your champion. I will take each and every one of you with me to Ottawa, where I'll fight for you in the House of Commons. To everyone in this room, there's so many of you who poured your hearts and soul into the campaign. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. To everyone who knocked on a door, to everyone who made a phone call, to everyone who made a donation, thank you, thank you, thank you. To my incredible campaign team, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know, there's so many people I want to name. I've got to shout out, especially my incredible campaign manager, Amber Keane. Amber. Thank you. Thank you, Amber. Thank you for building the type of culture we believe in, a culture of positivity, a culture of joyful struggle in the office. Thank you. My family's here with me today. I want to shout out my mom and dad. They're in the crowd. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. My brother, Jagmeet Singh. And of course, my wife, my life partner, Gurkiran Gaur. You know, your love and support means so much to me. I literally would not be able to do any of the things that I've been able to do without all of your love and support, so thank you. I want to also acknowledge the other candidates in the race. They fought a hard campaign, and I want to thank them for their very important contribution to the democratic process, so I thank them. There were people across the country that helped out in so many ways. I want to thank every one of them who helped out. I'm humbled for your support for our party. I'm humbled by your belief in me. Thank you to everyone that helped out. Friends, we made history today. We made history today. You know, when I was growing up as a kid, I could have never imagined someone like me ever running to be Prime Minister. Well, guess what? We just told a lot of kids out there that yes, you can. Yes, you can. And I know that carries a lot of responsibility, and I understand that responsibility. And I want you to know that when I take my seat in the House of Commons, I will work hard to make you all very proud. Yes, I will. I also want to take a moment to thank our amazing candidates in the other by-elections. We had Julia Sanchez and Uchima. Jessa McLean and York Simcoe. They fought hard campaigns. They fought for the action that people need now in their lives, and they did us all very proud, and we're very, very proud of all their work. En 2011, Jack Layton a réussi à réunir sur le même panier des voix progressistes du Québec et du reste du Canada. Ce rassemblement était essentiel pour bâtir une meilleure société. Comme chef, je tiens à vous dire ceci. Je m'engage à redoubler d'efforts pour renouer avec les Québécois et Québécoises pour réaliser le rêve de Jack Layton. Et à cause de ça, je vais me présenter. Je serai au Québec la semaine prochaine pour présenter un plan pour renouer avec les Québécois et Québécoises et pour leur offrir un plan rassemblant, un plan unique pour le Québec, pour améliorer la condition de chacun de nous. We are the champions for Quebecers. New Democrats are the champions for Canadians. We will continue to do that work. There's so many people out there. There's so many people out there that count on us. They need us. And so I know people have worked really hard over these past couple weeks. I know it's been a long slog, but I hope you've got more left in the tank. I hope you do. Because we just have 8 more months. We have 8 more months to let the people know that they can choose a government that stands up for people, not for corporations, that doesn't give handouts to SNC Lavalin, but stands up for everyday Canadians. My friends, we have 8 more months to show people that there is a better choice for Canadians, that people can vote for those who are on their side. We are on the side of people. We're going to fight for people. My friends, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on in Canada. We live in an incredible country. It's a beautiful country, filled with amazing people. But far too many of those people are falling behind. Many of them are struggling. Many of the people around us are finding it harder and harder to make ends meet. I've had a chance to meet the people across this country. I'm touring across here in Burnaby South and across Canada. Canada is filled with proud people. People that work hard to make a living for their families, to support their families. But they're working hard and feeling like they're falling further and further behind. And they're starting to feel a lot of fear and uncertainty and worry. And if they're worried about themselves, they're even more worried about their kids and what their kids are going to have in terms of a future. Now, some people are going to use that fear and already are using that fear and that uncertainty to blame those, not the ones that are responsible, but they're using that fear and uncertainty to point at your neighbors. They're using that fear and uncertainty to point at the people that you work with, the people you live with, the people in your communities. Now, people are afraid and uncertain for a reason. The reason is many of the basic things that we count on, the basic things that we need in life, are no longer there. Things like health care that actually covers everyone, that covers us all. The ability to have a job that actually pays enough to build a good life. The ability to actually afford a home. To have clean air and water. To know that your kids can actually realize their dreams. Now, these basic things didn't just disappear. This didn't happen by accident. This was a concerted decision made by consecutive Liberal and Conservative governments. These Liberal and Conservative governments chose to strip away the basic things that we count on. They are responsible. They are the ones we need to point at, and they've been getting away for it. But my friends, not for long. Not for long. So I get it. People gave Mr. Trudeau, gave Justin Trudeau a chance. They thought maybe he would solve some of the problems, some of the mess that the Conservatives made. People said, okay, we'll give him a shot. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see if he's actually going to solve some of those problems. But the reality is he doing it?
No! He's making a bigger mess.
He's not doing it. He's making a bigger mess. He's not doing it. Instead, what is he doing? He is helping his well-connected corporate friends at SNC-Lavalin try to get off the hook. He continues to subsidize with billions and billions of our dollars oil and gas. He's putting pharmaceutical industry profits ahead of everyday Canadians who are struggling with the rising cost of medication. People should be angry at that. Angry at governments in Ottawa that continue to develop a system that puts more and more wealth in fewer and fewer hands. So what's the answer, though? What's the answer? Well, true. But my mom always taught me, my mom's here, she can tell you this is true. My mom always taught me that we're all connected with one another, that we've got a connection that we all share. And she taught me that if people around us are struggling, then we're also struggling. If people are hurting around us, we're also hurting. And she taught me if we lift up the people around us, we all rise. We all rise. Yes, we do. So being connected, coming together, that's how we solve this. But Conservatives, that's not what they believe in. They believe that we're all separate. They believe that each one of us has to go it alone. They believe that each one of us is responsible to deal with the major problems that we're faced with as a society. And that's why Andrew Scheer is proposing the same old approach, the same old way that got us here in the first place. We know what his old way is. His old way is going to be to cut and to privatize the essential services that families need. He's going to drive up fears. He's going to continue to divide us. Now, I met a young kid, 10 years old. Take this in. There's a kid who's 10 years old, and he has a chronic, long-term illness. And this young kid with this illness told me about the medication and the injections and all the work he's got to go through just to stay alive. And he told me, I'm not worried about my illness. I'm not worried about the injections or the medication. I am worried about how much it costs my parents. He's worried that he's a burden to his family. This 10-year-old kid feels like he's a burden to his family. Now, the old way is not going to help out that kid. It's not going to help out his family. It's not going to make him feel like less of a burden. In fact, the old way of doing things hurts families. It hurts people. The old way of doing things, the old approach hurts the mom who works here in Burnaby South but has to commute 2 hours a day because she can't afford to live here. The old way hurts the new graduate who graduates, has some opportunities, but is afraid to start a family, delays starting a family because they're drowning in student debt. The old way hurts people who spend their whole life working for a corporation, working for a job, dedicated to a job, only to see the corporation walk away and steal their pensions. The Conservatives and Liberals have rigged a system that works for the powerful, the wealthy, and the well-connected, not for everyday Canadians.
Time's up.
Time's up. It doesn't have to be this way. We can fix it, and we will fix it. We will fix it. We can make different choices and get better results. We can make life easier for people, not easier for corporations to take advantage of us. We can actually take care of each other instead of being taken for granted. And we can choose to help people now by making sure we expand our healthcare system to include medication coverage for every single person in our country. Everyone. We can build. We do. We can build 500,000 affordable units across this country, non-profit, non-market, cooperative housing, and keep the dream of owning a home alive. We can tear down the barriers to education so young people have a bright future, so they can realize their dreams. And we can... Yes. We can also transform into a green economy where we defend our environment, create incredible opportunities for jobs and good salaries while reducing our emissions. That's what we can do. And we can work honestly. We can work honestly towards reconciliation with the first people of this land, with Indigenous communities. That's why, my friends, I'm asking you all to keep this fight going for the next 8 months. I need you to be a part of this. I need your energy. I need your passion. I need you to be a part of this. The people at the top and the wealthiest corporations have had it way too good for way too long. You need someone on your side for once. Les plus riches et les grandes entreprises ont déjà eu quelqu'un de leur côté. On a besoin de quelqu'un de notre parti, notre côté. So my friends, together, if we come together, we can chart a new course for Canada. Yes, we can. Together, we can lift up the people around us so we all rise. Together, we can build a brighter future now before it's too late. We can do this together, my friends. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.